Hello everybody, I'm Meso and welcome to some very exciting Bionicle news. Kind of. This isn't actually about official Bionicle or anything Lego sanctioned, because we're still kind of in that period where Bionicle's gone and there isn't going to be any official news for a long time, if ever. But this is something that is worth treating as big news. It's something worth celebrating. It's something worth driving as much traffic to as is physically possible, which is why I'm making this video. Suddenly Oranges has released the newest episode in the Reviving Bionicle series, Reviving Bionicle Anonymous. For those who do not know what Reviving Bionicle is, number one, fix that. Pause this video right now and go watch the show. I'm not even kidding. Just pause it immediately. Stop watching. I'll be here when you get back. But for, if you don't want to do that at the moment, I guess I'll tell you that Reviving Bionicle is a show where it's not a stop motion. It's like Bionicle characters, Bionicle sets in the real world doing all sorts of crazy shenanigans and just goofing off and having fun. That's how it began. And the series has undergone such a dramatic development over its 5 years in existence, with about, I think, this will be the 9th episode, if I'm not mistaken, the 9th episode proper on YouTube. My math might be a little off. It is transformed into something that pretty much checks every box of what a Bionicle fan series could have. And it manages to do everything almost perfectly. I'm talking comedy, hilarious, gut-busting comedy, action scenes, storytelling, deep, impactful dialogue, character exposition, characterization, Bionicle references, Bionicle in-jokes aplenty, a deep plot with continuity, high production values, and visual effects with some really cool background music. It is a absolutely fantastic show. The best way I can describe it is it chronicles Bionicle's multiple cancellations and the set's reactions to them. And that's kind of what this latest episode is about. It deals with the fallout that Bionicle characters have in regards to G2's cancellation. It's not the kind of thing I would recommend watching unless you've seen the rest of the show first. For those who have, you'll understand how momentous this is. It's been 2 years, over 2 years since the last Reviving Bionicle episode, and a lot of interesting stuff's gone down in that time, worth making an episode about, which is why it's so incredible that the show has returned. Now, as far as Suddenly Oranges is concerned, something very interesting has happened to him in the last 2 years. His Halo videos, which he does, have gotten massively popular, way more popular than his Bionicle content. One of his videos even has over 1 million views. This is big news for him. His channel's blown up, but it's kind of a double-edged sword, as he was talking about on his Reviving Bionicle production blog on Tumblr, where because this show is based off, kind of inspired by a Halo fan series called Arby and the Chief, where the Master Chief and Arbiter action figures kind of banter and have comedic situations with the text-to-speech voices being given to the characters. It's a similar kind of show. He's concerned that people won't like it because it's Bionicle. They'll call it a rip-off. He'll get a lot of negative comments. His Halo fans won't get it because they're not Bionicle fans. This series is too good for him to have to go through that. So if you were a Bionicle fan and you want to see an uplifting, positive, hilarious, introspective, well-produced video series, go watch Reviving Bionicle, watch the latest episode, and leave Oranges a comment expressing your joy at the episode and at the series in general. Leave him literally all of the positive messages, because this show is my favorite fan project in the entire Bionicle community, as I mentioned before. For me, it checks all the boxes. I will remember the comedy in Reviving Bionicle forever. I can go back and watch episode 2 or episode 3, part 4, and just there's any number of amazingly memorable comedy bits. But there's also the really deep stuff, the stuff that speaks to me as a Bionicle fan, the messages, the morals, the insightful commentary from the character's perspective, but also how it applies to us as a fandom. It is a celebration of the Bionicle community proper, and I think that if you haven't seen it, you will learn a lot about the Bionicle community and maybe even about your own perspective on Bionicle that you could just never find words for when you watch the show. It's an experience worth having. So that's basically all for this video. It's basically just a call to arms. Watch this episode, watch this show, and leave Orange's feedback. And there is more coming. He mentions at the end, having Bionicle 4 is in production. We won't see it for a long time, but it's going to be worth the wait, supposedly, which I have absolutely no doubt of whatsoever. That's been all for this video. I look forward to the next Bionicle news video, whenever that is, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.